Welcome back, guys, to the market breakdown. We're gonna start off with GJ. So this is the trade I'm currently in. Placed my limits on Friday, but got executed this morning in the London session. But I'm gonna explain why I happen to take this trade. It's based on the daily time frame. It's kind of swing trade that, as you can see, we're currently on daily. Um, the same structure, the same way of trading, the same kind of, let's say, step by step, like I use on the lower time frames, such as H4, H1, 15 minutes. But this time I use that on the daily time frame. So obviously on the higher time frames we're bullish on GJ. As you can see, we had a massive correction to the downside. We covered the fair value gap here, and then from that point on we continued higher, and as you can see we're currently filling this weekly week. Going on the monthly, we're bullish on the monthly basis, but on the daily is quite interesting, and that's why I choose to take this trade. I do believe that you guys gonna have a lot of opportunities on the lower time frames to go into the re-entries. I'm not looking for them right now. I'm gonna explain what I expect of price doing it from A to B, why it happened, so I can give you the idea why I actually took this trade. So on GJ we had a massive sellout to the downside last month. Then, as I mentioned, like when we broke down the GJ for the past couple of weeks, we said, okay, we're bullish, and we see that we are pushing higher. We broke the structure here. We changed we market shift here at the bottom. We broke the structure, which is the daily high. This one here, which basically this is the last week, honestly, and you can see that we opened inside of the gap and then continue and then collapse on the Thursday, Friday. So in this case, we created a fair value gap. We have the order block here, and pretty much this was the idea. This was the reason to go in. Break of structure, order block, fair value gap. We have a 210.80 price number as a confluence for the entry point, which was my actual entry. We are back inside of the support region, as you can see down there, and obviously I'm targeting the highs. This one is going to be the first one, but it's going to become interesting here at this very level where we have the fair value gap at 212.50. I do definitely expect some pullbacks to happen. This is the daily chart. We can go to the H4. You can see the entry was quite to the T. As a cross reference, we have the H4 order block here as well, right on the number, but right on the spot. So this is why I took this trade. I took this entry right on the spot. I can even mark you up so you see what's up. Okay, like that. Yeah, I mean, must say it's an amazing entry. You can do better. Zero drawdown. From that point on, just moving up. I'm not at break even just yet. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be so quickly because this is yet again swing trade. I do want to see this fair value gap being surpassed, the highs getting broken, so I can be, let's say, for example, safe to place a break even. My stop loss, it's quite big, right? It's 166 pips, but take profit is set to 500 pips. But enough about pips, it doesn't matter. What matters for me personally is risk reward ratio is 1 to 3, which I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for to get this surpass this high taken out and those highs being taken out and then going forward. Well, if GJ continues to go higher from that point, that's cool. I'm gonna place more limits, but we're gonna see what will happen there on this structure. This is H4, so push higher to the fair value gap, probably some pullbacks, which is obvious, and then maybe re-entries, adding positions, stacking in, and then going from there. Okay, so this is my view currently on GJ. Gold. So let's start with the gold. So last week was kind of nonsense in my opinion. I was expecting much of a movement, but we didn't have it. Like CPI was so bad, very bad. Weekly bearish ending last week. We currently took out the previous 2 weeks. As you can see, we took it out. We're currently indecisive. Okay, we are indecisive as of this moment. No bullish, no bearish. I mean, trading wise, obviously we are bullish, but currently undecisive whether we're gonna move higher or lower on the weekly. Daily, same thing as well. We took out the lows here of this whole structure. We are consecutive 1, 2, 3, 4 days to the downside, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Currently, we are sitting here at the daily order block on the gold. So we broke the structure above. We're pushing higher towards all-time highs. We didn't reach them. We collapsed them. We are currently here. So like a similar setup like we did on GJ, but it's on the gold, right? We have a break of structure. We have those highs to target and as well all-time high. Currently sitting at the daily order block. Exactly on it. Daily OB and H4. So to give you the perspective, to give you the bias, if we stay above this, if we don't broke below the lows, I think we're gonna be bullish again. But currently, definitely, as you can see, price is falling down all the time. Like break of structure, retest, break of structure, retest. Okay, so H4 currently sitting at the daily order block. We wanna see what is going on, what is going to happen from this point onwards. H1 structure, so high, low, high, low, high, low. So currently we are stuck in the structure. This is structure low, right there. Definitely, if I want to be bullish in this case, I want to definitely see price breaking above the structure. So this is the last high that made this low, and this high must get broken. So in this case, we would want to see pushing higher, break of structure, retesting continuation if we want to be bullish again. Definitely we can look for this level, this region as a supply area, but if we break below, obviously the same thing, break below, retest, continuation. Okay, just keep it simple. It's like it's always the same. Okay, so this is H1. This is the level to be aware of. If it happens that we're gonna be bullish, key level gonna say. So whether we then surpass this or not, it's the key. Whether we're gonna go for all those highs to the upside to target them. 30 minutes, 15 minutes, okay, 15 minutes. As you can see, we're in the structure since today. I thought this happened on Friday, but no. So since Monday, since today, we are still in the structure range. Nothing happens much, right? So, okay, now it's also important on gold now where gold is going to go for liquidity hunt, whether to the upside, whether to the downside. If you ask me, I would like to see that taking out this low, still holding on the daily order block, pushing in, continue higher. Then this order block will get invalidated most likely and will become a breaker block. Then we will break above, retest and continue. So that will be ideal. But if we take out the lows, close again back inside of the structure, I'm possibly going to look for longs inside of the structure. Okay, but we do need to have a lot of confirmations from the higher time frame to actually look for that kind of setup. But overall, H1, like I said, break above, continuation, okay? And we can target then those highs. If not, we are still kind of in the bearish trend, as you can see. Falling down, break of structure, retest, break of structure, you know, all the time, same thing. Fib, 705, right below the actual lows of the structure, right there. Okay, well, interesting week ahead, definitely. Definitely interesting week ahead for the gold. GU, and I don't think I'm going to go over GU honestly, given the price action. Or interesting. Daily, weekly, okay, weekly. Weekly, as you can see, we're shy of weekly order block. We did not take it in. We did not mitigate it, but we started off very bullish. But I don't like that we did not take out the weekly low from the previous week. Daily time frame, bullish obviously. We broke the structure. So impulse, we are currently in correction. So let's see, daily again. This is the high that made the low. If we want to change the trend, we have to break above the high. Okay, otherwise we're still bearish. So sorry, let me mark that up just to see. I think that is the structure. Yeah, the high of the structure. So this is the high that needs to get broken in order to market shift. Okay, and as you can see, we had a structure here. We broke above, quote unquote. We took the liquidity above the structure. We collapsed. Okay, so this is why this is important that we take the actual high if we want to change the trend. Otherwise, we're bearish. Because look, this is the last supply that made the low. So inside of this area, we can definitely look for shorts. Maybe this is something that I'm going to plan. It looks awesome. We broke the structure. We did not mitigate the weekly order block. So maybe that can be the weekly trade. I'm gonna mark that up. 31.65 weekly order block, not mitigated yet. So it can be the area of interest to target. Just below the low here on H4. That will take us for at least 175 pips to the downside, which is cool. So H4 supply area, H1 the high of the order block, 33, 40, 50-ish number right there, right on the spot, as you can see. So beautiful, so nice coordinates like that. Maybe I just gave you the trade, which can very much happen during the Asian session, given the where price is currently. 30 minutes, 15 minutes, nope, nothing special. 15 minutes. So I do like the hard time frame currently. 2 hours, cross confluence, fine. H4, 50%. Well, I do like that push. Okay, daily fair value gap we have. Okay, now the interesting part is if we go in here, but it's quite bullish, where should we place the stop loss? Because the fact is that we have fair value gap just above, as you can see on the daily speaking, right? And this is the last supply area as a whole, and this is kind of ish the 50% of this whole candle. Well, let me say like this: given the fact where price currently is, that is very close to the level, I'm not gonna trade. I'm not gonna take any trades. I'm gonna wait. Whether let me go back to the daily fair value gap. This is why it's important that you guys mark stuff up. To not do mistakes, because this can easily be minus 1% if you are too quick. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for price to actually come to the area, which probably tomorrow morning, London session, probably to take the high out like that, collapse, create structure, and then we continue from there. That will be ideal, or even go higher to cover the fair value gap and go from there, right? So I'm gonna wait for this to happen, and then I'm gonna strike. If I don't have this setup, if I don't see this, not taking the trade into the shorts, right? So this is going to be the area of interest for me, which I'm gonna say POI, point of interest. Where is it? Text, no, POI, and that's it, guys. That's it. As of the news, let's see what we have. So nothing today, nothing tomorrow. Wednesday we have beautiful FOMC on Wednesday. This is correct FOMC. Okay, so pay attention to this projections on the Wednesday. GJ is going to be in. GBP maybe gonna strike tomorrow, but otherwise I'm gonna wait for FOMC to go over. Wow, Thursday. Wow, a lot of news. JPY interesting for my GJ. Hopefully gonna be break even at that point. And millions of news for GJ bank raid. Okay, interesting week ahead, definitely. Friday, right on the spot when I take a flight on. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, well, with that being said, pay attention to GJ if you're gonna have any re-entries, whatever. Pay attention to GU. Doing that, what I said. If not, we're gonna skip that. It's FOMC on Wednesday, so no biggie. in gold, definitely, like I said, we have to see break above, or we have to see the liquidity being taken and then strike. Okay, just at the end of the day, be patient. Use FOMC, don't strike if it's not necessary, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. See you next week. Bye bye.